What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number one of the Grizzly podcast. Today we have that guy that you grew up with. Everybody grew up with that guy. We got that guy who sold candy, had the Cinnabons on deck in school. Guy's been making money since he's 10 years old because it's a mindset, right? Not everybody has it, but some people are born with that mindset of making money. And this guy was born with the mindset of making money.
And we want to hear his story so that he can help you tap into your inner hustler, your inner mindset, 100%. if you want to grasp it, because it's in everybody. It's just you got to know how to unlock it.
That's it.
And people like this will put out their story, their heart, everything out on the table, and it's up to you to pick up and make your own puzzle and follow what you do want to follow, what you don't want to follow. You take in all the information, but we're here to provide all the information for you.
100%. So with no further notice, with no further introduction, David Bermudez, man. Goliath Beards. How you doing, brother?
Hey, thanks for having me, bro.
Nice to meet you, man.
Where were you born, brother? Where you from?
I'm Cuban. I was born in Cuba. I came over here when I was 6 years old, came in a boat. And we came in a boat we just 23 of us.
Like the race boats, like the nice ones you see in a little boat.
Like I got a tattoo right here.
That's the boat?
Right.
That's a nice boat, bro.
It's tatted on my arm. Little boat, 23 people. We landed right there in Key West, and as soon as we landed in Key West, my dad called the cops. He was like, "Hey, we're here. They got us." Back in the days, dry foot, wet foot stuff.
Yeah.
No matter where they got you at, you're good. So we started there. We started down in Miami, and then from Miami, we started moving around. My dad started picking up metal. He started doing whatever you can just to make money. So I saw all that growing up, and I'm like, yo, if you can make money out of whatever, just stuff that's thrown out in the trash, just anything, I could do the same thing, but just anything. Just got to up it up a little bit more and find opportunities for myself, because back in the day there was nothing, there was no money,
right?
So we have to create our own path, our own everything. So that I used to go to school and be like, hey dad, can you buy me a bag of candy? I'm gonna go over there and sell it, and I sell candy in school. And I started with shoes, and then
what was your go-to candy?
My go-to candy was Jolly Ranchers back in the day.
I love Jolly Ranchers.
And they had the little Lucas candies too, with like little powder, the little Lucas candies. Yeah. Those used to sell a lot down in Homestead. So I used to make money out of just anything. And then a little bit later, maybe 6th, 7th grade, I started going to these talk shows, like Christina, Marta Susana.
Yeah, I remember when you were doing that.
Familia, all that. And they were paying me. When they see me, like, hey, as soon as you get to high school and you're 15 years old, we're going to start paying you just to bring people to the audience and make some money.
Nice.
And I'm like...
You were like a promoter.
Yeah, promoter.
No bullshit. I remember.
Yeah.
He had fucking Greyhound buses showing up in Sebring. Picking up people.
When I moved over
remember
here,
that.
I brought the business over here. I'm like, I'm going to bring everybody from here. So I knew all the Spanish people. I'm like, yo, let's go. I'm going to put you guys on the show. You guys are going to come out on TV.
That's awesome.
It's going to be free. I'm going to feed y'all for free.
And you're going to enjoy it.
The ride is for free.
Right.
And you get to meet... artists, you get to meet people that you never met before, and you're going to have a blast. And on the way back, it was a party bus almost, because everybody was dancing. It was lights everywhere, so we were having fun.
I remember that shit.
And while I was in the bus, I was selling glasses, and I'm selling this, and I'm selling that. So I'm making money no matter what. I'm making money all the way around, and I'm having fun.
Right.
Wow. So I always wanted to make an opportunity for myself, because me, unfortunately, when I was 18 years old, I did a felony, and I got in trouble, and I didn't learn. A lot of people don't learn the first time. You feel me? And one thing led to another, and another, and another, and another. And eventually, I went down the completely wrong road, and I went to prison for like 2 years. And a lot of people see it as like, oh, you're going to prison, you messed up. Nah, I didn't mess up.
But wait a minute. You're going too far, bro.
Another opportunity.
Hold on. You're getting ahead. Hold on.
So then back up. So when you were selling candy, let's start there first. Would you say that's your first hustle, was selling candy in school?
For sure.
What were you doing it for? What was the goal? I wanna sell this candy. I want to make X so that I can do Y.
I just wanted to buy. I really wanted to buy my own first shoes.
Okay, so you're into sneakers.
Air Forces.
I can see.
I used to see Nelly on the music video, the Air Force Ones.
Yeah, the Air Force Ones, the white ones.
They had the white ones, and I was like, yo, I gotta get those. My mom was like, yo, that's too much money. I'm not spending that. It's 3 of us. So I'm like, well, I guess if you buy me a bag of candy, I can make enough money to buy another bag, and to eventually have enough money for my shoes. And that's how I bought my first pairs of Forces.
You remember how much the Air Forces were back then? They were 75 or
$79.99 or something like that. But back then, $79.99.
No, because they're 75 now, I think, or 80, something like that.
Back in the day, that was a lot of money.
Or $80.
Yeah. Damn. Okay, so what pushed you was, you've always liked pinpointing, coordinating fashion. So your first why was Air Force Ones. What happened? Did you get the Air Force Ones?
Yeah, I got the Air Force Ones.
How'd it make you feel?
And the reason I wanted the Air Force Ones, because back then also, if you wore like some Kmart shoes or they call it the Bobos, you wore any of that, you were not that dude. None of the girls wanted to look at you. Nobody wanted to date you. Nobody wanted to talk to you. You were not popular. You just nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
So you want to fit in with everybody. You're like, hey, I want the shoes. And if you couldn't buy the shoes, you figure out how to get the shoes, right?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So you went to Foot Locker or Nike?
No, it was a Florida City Mall.
A
Florida City Mall, yeah. It was like an outlet mall.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then how did it make you feel when you achieved that? So then you were like, man, this is for real. Like, I can do it.
I'm like, if I could do this with this, I could do it with anything.
So it's sparked. That's it. So the hustler started right there.
Yeah.
Cool. So then what was your next hustle? After you did the candy, you ventured off, you grew up a little bit. You started selling candy, what, middle school?
No, elementary. Probably like third grade.
Elementary. Okay,
yeah,
so
but I got in a lot of trouble. I did a lot of more stuff than candy.
Okay.
You gotta take that in. Like, you're talking third grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like coloring books, like
who
learning how to spell.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Who in third grade? Because I'm a hustler.
We were all in third grade once.
Third grade. Who in third grade is thinking about making money? But again, the problem is in third grade I wasn't going through what you were going through.
Yeah.
Right? My mom, we were already here. I was born here. You weren't born here.
Yeah.
My mom was already buying me shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
so it's crazy, right? Because
in third grade you were what? You're
little, bro. I mean, you're little. In third grade, you're little.
7 or 8?
I don't even know, bro. I think third grade. Yeah, you're like 7 or 8.
I don't even know. Bro.
Yeah.
You're
no.
Okay, so Kiki's in what? Kiki's 10 or 11, and he's in 6th grade.
6.
So
you're talking
like
little.
Maybe 7.
Yeah, you're
7.
little. Like, to really, because, that you're talking, right? But to really fathom that in third grade, bro, you're thinking about hustling and making money, dude.
Yeah.
That's... And you understand the concept, right? Because you just said it. In third grade, you knew, well, if you buy me a bag of candy, I can grow and multiply from 1 bag of candy to 3 to 10.
So people talk about what motivates an ambitious entrepreneur.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
What you either had, this is what they talk about. You either had somebody who totally loved you unconditionally, right? And no matter what you did, they loved you unconditionally. They motivated you. They this and that. Or, and that's the crazy thing about us, is we had both.
Yeah, 100%.
So you had my mother, which still we take for granted in the sense that no matter what you do, she's proud of you.
Yeah, of
course. It doesn't matter what you do, right? That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. But that also creates an underachiever in the sense that, no matter what I do, she's proud of me.
Yeah.
But then you have Pops, where Pops was the guy that no matter what you did, he never gave you that token. Yeah. You never made him proud.
You felt like you're not good enough.
You're not good enough. Yeah. So you're always chasing that dude.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I just want him to tell me one day, like, hey, I'm proud of you. Yeah. Shit never came. No. That I know he was proud of me, 150%. 100%. But it never came. But you're always chasing that shit.
Yeah, of course.
So when you're in third grade, bro, what's motivating you? Right? That's what I want to know. In third grade, aside from the sneakers, bro.
Yeah. Aside from the sneakers, like I didn't grow up with a father, with my real father.
Okay.
I grew up with my stepfather. My stepfather came in when I was 1.
Okay.
And he took over, and I love my stepfather. To me, that's my father as well.
Right.
He made me who I am today.
I got you.
So I look up to him. But the hustler part was my mother. Right. That's what my mother was. Like my mother to this day is still a hustler. My mother, like. She's one of the biggest hustlers I've known is my mother.
Right.
She's a hustler.
Yeah.
And like my dad, he's more of a like hard worker. He works with his hands. My mom works with her mind.
My mom and my dad are the same.
And I had to choose. I'm like, my dad used to wake me up in the morning and be like, hey, go do the yard work. Go do this. And I'm like, I don't want to do it. I didn't like working with my hands. I like working with my mind. I used to make money out of little things here, little things there, just flipping this, flipping that. Like I used to find something in the garbage can and grab it and be like, hey, mom, put this in the garage sale and you probably can sell it for $5-10.
Right.
And then that's extra money that I used to have for myself. Right. And it used to motivate me just to make money because I'm like, I could buy my own stuff. I don't have to depend on my mom and dad because they're going through a lot. Look at everything they're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You don't want to take from them.
They're doing a lot. So if I could sit there and do something for myself and help the cause so it's not that hard on them, like why not? You know what I mean?
Right.
So to me, it was easy. It just came so easy. And I was like, yo, I got to put this into this and then do that. And that also created a bad thing in it.
Okay.
Because I got so ambitious and so like I wanted it all so bad that I started doing the bad.
I got you.
Because you wanted to down. You wanted
I started deviating.
Right.
So now I started selling like Pokemon cards when the Pokemon cards came out, right? But the Pokemon cards were expensive. So what I started doing, I started taking it from the other kids. And what I was taking from other kids, I was selling it to other kids.
Got it.
So I would take the Pokemon cards and sell them. So now I'm like, okay, I can make it easier. I don't even have to spend money now.
Right.
I could just take it. But I didn't have nobody teaching me, hey, you can't do this. You can't do that.
Right.
Because everybody around me was hustlers. Everybody around me was doing whatever they had to do.
They were okay with it too.
So I was like, hey, I got to do it, and it seems all right. You know?
Hey, you're not in trouble.
And
if
you don't have nobody teaching you, so it's like, well, if nobody's telling me nothing, I'm going 100% on this. You feel me? I'm going all the way.
Right.
And you go all the way and all the way and all the way until all the way you run into the law, and the law's like, hey, I'm here to stop you. And then, but we'll get into that a little bit down the road.
Because I remember when me and you met,
Yep.
we must have been what? I mean, I don't even know. We were
I was
probably,
probably like 18,
Well, bring it
19
back.
years old,
Bring it back. You're skipping a lot of hustle, a lot of story.
Yeah.
So, candy. Forget middle school, high school. Were you hustling in high school?
Yeah, that's right.
Because you weren't doing candy forever.
High school was beautiful.
Okay.
High school was so beautiful, man. Listen, high school was so beautiful.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to high school down in Miami and South Dade, and it's down in Homestead.
Okay.
South Dade, and I was there, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, I was nobody. I was a quiet guy that was real popular. Everybody knew me, but I was little. I was short. They used to call me Shorty because I was really short, and I was skinny. I was
This
maybe
is what,
like
freshman year?
bro. I'm talking about all the way to 11th grade.
Really?
I was like the shortest thing in school. They used to call me Shorty, and I was just a little guy, bro. Everybody, I was cool with everybody because I'm fun. I was funny. I was.
Yeah.
You're friendly, dude. You get along with everybody.
Yeah, and I get along with everybody. I don't get no
Right.
enemies, nothing. So I was good. And when I moved to Sebring, you know, I came to Sebring, and there's a whole different vibe. I'm coming from Miami. Everybody's like, yo, this dude, he's like, he's from Miami. He got the golds in his mouth.
I remember the Impala with the Mr.
I had
305.
golds in my mouth and all that. So I'm different. I look different.
No,
So
100%.
when I come, I get all this attention, and I don't know how to handle it. You know, I'm like, okay. I'm like, so I'm gonna take advantage of this attention. Now everybody knows me. I'm gonna put something out there to, you know, some product first, some kind of product. So I started bringing in shoes, shirts, purses.
You started bringing the Miami
whatever.
shit into the
Everything
small
that was
town.
from Miami, I started bringing in here. And then I also brought the Marta Susana people, the Cristina people, and I was taking people down there and taking
So that's when it started.
and making
high school.
money.
So in
So
high
I'm-
school, you started that.
That's high school.
Wow.
And I'm in high school. Have nice cars, and I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you how much I hustled to get to where I had to get to.
So then, what was your first car?
My first car was a beat up Acura Legend. It was white. I bought it from Derek, a white boy named Derek here. So he's still down here in Sebring. He's a real cool guy.
Okay.
Didn't have no reverse.
What?
No AC, nothing.
You had to
But
do
it
the
was my car.
Flintstone?
I
You had to
bought
do the
this.
Flintstone?
Yeah. But it was my car.
But it was,
I bought
and it was an
$900
and it was an Acura, bro.
It was an Acura, and it
Right.
was $900, and I used to ride that thing everywhere with the music loud. I just couldn't hit reverse. I couldn't hit
Okay,
reverse.
yeah.
But it was my car, and I was proud of it. I was like, my mom didn't give me this.
Right.
My dad
Same.
didn't
No,
give me this. I worked for this. You feel me?
Right.
And bro, since then I've had over, and you could go to DMV, look at my record. I've had over 40 something cars, and why? Because I buy and I sell. And if I don't like it today, I'll sell it tomorrow.
You don't fall in love with
because I
shit.
don't fall in love with it.
Right.
What I do is I always buy something that I know is worth more money. So when I get tired of it and I want to sell it, I don't lose money on it. I want to make money on it. That's the thing with people. People buy things all the time, and they're like, oh, I buy it because I want to buy it because it looks good. No, buy it because it's worth something when you're going to go to sell it, because you're going to lose 10, 20 grand when you buy it just because.
So you've never done that? You've never like really splurged in a sense of like, this is what I want.
No.
You might not work that way.
I don't want nothing because I feel like anything that I feel like I want to touch, I feel like I've touched it, right? And there's a lot more that I want to touch, and I feel like I'm gonna get there eventually, because you can't just touch it out of nowhere. There's a road, there's a path you have to go through. You have to go through a lot of things. But I feel like anything that I've ever wanted, I've been able to touch it. I've been able to do it because I just focus on the price. I don't look at what he's doing. I look at what I want to do and where I'm going.
So everything for you is an investment.
Yeah, everything for me is an investment. Yeah.
I can agree because I'm opposite. So I get really emotionally attached to all
Yeah,
my accomplishments.
but somehow, bro, you don't lose shit on anything you ever buy.
No.
You make money mostly, or you square off.
Yeah.
That's you.
And that's always good. You can square off. It's fine.
No, but
If
me,
you
I don't. I
wanna
lose on everything, bro.
You don't want to lose.
I lose on
You don't want to
everything.
lose.
Yeah, no,
I lose on-
I take. It's hard for me to take that an extra step to then upgrade again because I don't want to let go of what I just did.
Yeah.
So I can see where you don't want to get anything comfortable because again, comfortability creates
Yeah.
stagnant.
Everybody's comfortable in their own bracket, in their own level, in their own world.
But then that's what puts
So,
the roof over.
Yeah,
you,
exactly. I can't be in the same comfortable as you in your comfortable because you're a person that you might be on this level, you might be on this level. Wherever level you're at, you're comfortable at your level. I can't be comfortable at your level because I don't live like you. You know,
Right.
we make different type of money, different
Correct.
type of worlds.
Yeah.
Right?
So then, okay, into adulthood, you were mentioning you got in trouble sometimes. Did that happen in high school? Did it happen after high school?
The first time I got in trouble was here in Sebring. I got in trouble. I picked up a credit card. I picked it up at the gas station, and I was like, man, I'll put gas with this. You know, I was stupid. You know, if the old me, right? I mean, like me right now, if I could see the old me, I would have slapped myself. Like,
right.
I would have listened to my mother. My mother was always telling me, hey, don't do this. Hey, don't hang out with these people. Hey, don't do this, don't do that. And you never listen because you're like, nah, bro. Like, my mom don't know what she's talking about.
Right.
But she knew exactly what she was talking about.
Yeah.
Every single time. And every time I got in trouble, the one I used to call was my mother. My mother used to show up, hey, I told you.
Right.
I told you. And as soon as she said, I told you, and she gave me a plate of food, I was out the other door, and I was right back in the street again.
Doing the same shit all over
doing the same stuff. Yeah. And it's like, I did so much, bro, and I got in trouble so much, and it's like the smallest thing is what's sending me to prison. It was I was selling contact lenses online, and they picked me up. They said, hey, I want to buy some contact lenses from you or whatever. And when they met me at the gym, I pulled out the stuff, and the guy's like, oh, I'm a detective. I said, am I in trouble? He's like, nah, you're not in trouble. He's like, I want to buy them for my son for Halloween for tomorrow. And when I give it to him, he arrests me. He's like, oh, these are illegal to sell. And they give me 2 years for that.
Yeah, contact lenses.
Yeah, 2 years. And they found a video of me at the gun range also, you know, like sitting there at the gun range, but it was an old video, and they're trying to pin that. They raided the house, all that stuff. They couldn't find nothing because I wasn't doing nothing with guns, none of that stuff. So, but they still, since I had got in trouble in the past so much, they were like, hey, this is your final strike. Like, you're going in. So they sent me in 2 years of prison and 2 years probation. And a lot of people might say, man, you lost a lot of time, but I gained. I really gained. Because if I would have never went there, I would have still been lost the whole way.
Some of us need to be forced with being comfortable in an uncomfortable situation, and this machine that you were, if you wouldn't have been taken out of your environment, you wouldn't have time to reflect. Like, I need to plan. So in 2 years, did you plan? What did you do?
I did a lot of planning.
You did a lot of
self-searching, and I'm not trying to brag, but it shows for itself. Like, I've done a lot of planning. Those 2 years, I mean, while the whole world's going and going and going, you're just stuck like this.
You know what's crazy? I'm remembering now that you're talking, because people don't know, but I've known David for a long time. But the reason why I bought my first house was because of you. You have a vision.
Yeah,
you really do. And I remember when me and you, I ran into you at a Walmart. And you were like, yo, what's up? We hadn't seen each other in a while. And I don't know if you remember this shit, but these are things that I don't forget, right? Because I know who impacted me. And those things, I don't forget those things.
No.
And I ran into you at Walmart, and you were like, hey, what's up, dog? How you doing? Whatever. And you were like, where you at? I'm like, no, I'm living over here behind Walmart. I was in Duplex. And you were like, you renting? I said, yeah, I'm renting. And you were like, bro, you haven't bought a house yet? I said, no, bro, I haven't bought a house yet. And you were like, dude, buy a house. The houses are cheap as shit. I just bought a house for like $75,000. I'm paying $600 a month. Bro, buy a house. And I was paying like $950 for a duplex. You were like, bro, buy a house. And I remember finishing, because in that time I was making money, but I wasn't, at that age, I wasn't thinking about a house.
Yeah.
And I remember going home and telling my wife, babe, we need to look for a house. Why? No, I just ran into David and I told her the story.
Yep.
And the reason why I started looking and bought a house was because of you.
Because the thing,
bro, you've always been ahead of your time, bro. Yeah. You've always been ahead of yourself.
The thing of it is, everything is right in front of us. If somebody doesn't sit there and push you just a little tiny bit and say, hey, look, it's right in front of you. You're just not really looking at it because it's right in front of you the whole time.
It is.
Mm-hmm. And you just need that person to push it. And I need people to push me a lot of the time.
100%, we all do.
We all believe in everybody else, but we don't believe in ourselves.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So we always want somebody to push us, and that's where that people like us, that we want to help each other. We want everybody to succeed.
Right.
That's why we're successful. That's why we go up in the world and everybody's like, how do they do it? Oh, are they doing something bad? No, since I've been out, I haven't touched nothing illegal. Right. Everything I've done is completely
They want you
legal.
to.
Yeah, they want me to.
Because they're dying to catch you in some shit, right?
So much to lose.
When they see you in your badass truck, when they see you winning, they want to grab you in some shit. You know why? But you know who those people are? Mm-hmm. Those are people who aren't doing shit.
Yep.
Nope.
Stagnant,
and they hate people who are winning.
Haters come with all this, man.
Well, think about it. When that conversation you had with me about buying a house.
Yep.
Simple, right? If you come at the world with a bad mind, I could have looked at you in that conversation and said, he just wants to tell me he bought a house.
Yeah, he's bragging.
That's it. He's bragging. No, bro.
Take it.
Bro, look at me. I bought a house. I'm paying $700. Dude, go buy a house.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Why are you paying this money when you can make this money?
Where somebody else could have looked at him and be like, bro, this guy's just trying to brag.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't look at it like that because I'm not like that.
Exactly.
But what happens is when you're a thief, you think everybody's a thief.
Exactly.
If you're a hater, you think everybody's a hater.
Yep.
That's
how
it is.
When you're a loser, you want everybody to be a loser.
That's 100%.
And it's
100%.
not. That's not the case. Because
100%.
That's why I like this sense, because it's words. Right now, we're just sharing words, right? But you never know when a well-formulated sentence can impact someone.
100%.
For him, your sentence was well-formulated enough, like a manual. Like, if you do this, why aren't you doing it?
It was simple.
You know?
I was like, what? I'm paying $950 for a duplex?
It's that simple.
Homeboy bought a house on a golf course? Because it was on a golf. Homeboy bought and he's paying $750?
Yep.
Done. And it's his.
What am I doing?
The thing is, bro, like people will not give you this information just because they don't want to see you succeed.
100%.
There's a lot of
know it.
There's a lot of
nobody know that
information.
we did this, so they don't. But why? What is the reason behind that? Like me, every time I do something that I make money on, I want to tell my partner, I want to tell my best friend, I want to tell somebody that's next to me, hey, bro, look, there's this hustle. Don't sleep on it.
Right.
Get some money. Let's make some money together.
We can all do it together.
Like why? Like bro, there's so much money in the world to go around. Why not share with somebody that actually you can actually put that person in your team. You can actually sit there and be like, hey, you know what? I can't do this by myself. Maybe if we put our brains together, maybe we could come some type of way that we could make some money.
100%.
But nobody does that. Everybody's on that competition.
It's a secret.
That, hey, don't say nothing. Let's make the money.
It's a secret,
bro.
So they're gatekeeping. So like,
they cut themselves off.
A lot of people said, you know, he's a big giver, right? Which comes with its pros and cons. So if you're a big giver, some people might take advantage of it. You might get burned, right? You got to be willing to get burned. You know, you got to be. If you're gonna be successful, you got to be willing to get burned. So in the sense of you not gatekeeping, do you feel like that helped you progress with other people? Like, have you brought anyone into your secrets that have helped you progress?
I bring everybody into my stuff. I don't have secrets. I let everybody know what I do because everything that I do is something that the next person could do it. The thing is that you have to be able to acknowledge it because it's right in front of you every single day, bro. Like the whole house thing that I'm doing now, building houses, I didn't know nothing about. I've never built a house in my life.
Right.
Yeah.
But I got introduced to a guy that said, hey, listen, if you want to build your house, I could do this for you. I'll put the money. I'll do this. I'll do that. Let's
So wait a minute. So how did that start, right? Because you just said something. You were gonna build your house.
Yeah.
Explain the details. You were gonna build your house, and I knew, right, when you did that, and then you put it up for sale.
Yep.
Because everything happened everything happened. You were
nice.
gonna build your house. Interest rates went up, and I thought, because I know you.
Yep.
Because I know who you are.
Fall in love
and
with
I
you.
thought, and I was like, homeboy knows this is a bad move.
Yeah.
If I can make money on it, flip it, get rid of it. I don't need my dream house right now. It ain't happening.
No.
So explain that story, bro. Go from the beginning.
What I did, I'm gonna go back just a little bit. I went to prison, right?
Right.
I did the 2 years in prison. I came up with Goliath Beards, me and my wife.
Right.
While
you were locked up.
Yeah, while I was locked up. I told her because she's
Did you draw your logo?
She draws. Yeah, she's the one. She's the artistic one. She does everything.
Why beards? Why Goliath Beards? Why not?
Goliath Beards. My first dog his name was Goliath. It was.
I remember that dog.
It was a blue nose.
I remember that dog.
And when I went to prison, he died. And when I was in prison, he died, and I've never cried over a dog because I've never known what it is to love a dog, but I cried. You know, I was like, yo, I'm not there to see him.
You
like,
love that dog.
I miss him, you know? And it was my little dog. I got him since he was a puppy. And when he was there, I was like, yo, like my girl was like, when you come out, what are you going to do? I was like, man, listen, everybody knows me for my beard. Like the Cuban guy with the beard.
Right.
So if they know me for that, like I be seeing a lot of
and
things
you're
online.
mold, dog. You're mold.
Yeah,
that
mold,
fucking
you know,
mold.
it's iconic.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
dog.
it's iconic.
And
Absolutely.
I'm like, in there, you know, I'm in prison, but I got a cell phone in there. You know, people got cell phones in there. You know,
right.
So I got my phone in there. I'm hanging out, boom, and I'm seeing all these things about beards and beards and beards. I'm like, yo. So I tell her, I was like, yo, what's up with all this beard stuff? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I'm gonna look into it. So she starts looking into it. It's like a thing. Everybody has the beard shirts. You know, beards are a trend now. Like everybody has a beard. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, if I got a beard, why can't I just, you know, like.
My beard's iconic.
I'm gonna do something with it. You know what I mean? Like, might as well do something with it. So she started drawing out designs and this and that, and she's raw. She's raw.
She can draw.
Brittany Fragiles, as you know, Brittany.
Hey.
But she's raw with it, and bro, when she did it and she sent me the stuff, and I started showing all the guys in prison, I was like, yo, check this out. I'm gonna do this, and they were like, yo, that's dope, bro. You think that'll work? I'm like, bro, it's gonna work. And when I got out, bro, and I started doing it, and it started going out, it started going back to the prison. Like everybody in prison started seeing my stuff out there, right?
That's awesome.
And they were going crazy about it. They're like, yo, this dude, like, he just got out of prison. He said he was going to do this, and he did it. And he jumped out, and he bought the car that he wanted. He said he wanted a Maserati, and I still have the video of me at the car wash. I was at the car wash doing what was that, work release.
Yeah.
And the Maserati pulls up, and I'm like, yo, that's a car I want when I get out. Like, I want a Maserati. That's
so
the
you're
one I
washing
want.
cars on work release.
On work release, and I was like, that's
So
what
you're
I want.
still
when I
so
get
you're
out.
still going to bed in the prison.
Oh yeah. I'm still going to bed in the prison because I was in prison, and then I got like 8 months of work release. My last 8 months, I went to work release in Kissimmee, and I was working at a car wash.
What do they pay you on that shit, bro? What do they pay you on work release?
Work release, they don't pay. They take a big cut, bro. They take almost everything. You're getting maybe like 20% at the end of the end of your release. You know, so you're not even getting that much money.
You ain't getting shit.
But I was making.
But you're
money.
just outside. You
I was
happen to be outside.
So I'm like, I'm selling glasses.
Right,
I'm selling whatever I can.
While you're locked up.
Headphones, everything. I'm just selling it to everybody. I'm like, here, bro, $20, $30. I'm making money, and I'm just sending money home. I'm like, hey, babe, put this money away. Don't touch this money. Oh, and on top of that, at the car wash, when you cleaning and the change goes inside, I'm the guy that cleans the vacuums at the end. So
you're taking the change.
So I told the guy, I was like, hey, listen, I was like, I'll give you a cut if you need me to, but he's like, nah, man, I got money. Go ahead and you take it for your family, bro. I started taking all the change. People are like, oh, you crazy? Crazy? All right, you know how much I picked up? Over $1,000 in change, just over $1,000 just in change alone.
In 8 months.
In 8 months, just change.
$1,000,
and that's just in change.
Right.
So I made over $1,000 in change, and I made almost like 11 grand, almost close to 11 grand
in 8 months.
from in 8 months, counting my work lease, counting the money I made there with the glasses and this and that,
right?
And then the change in there. And with that money, I told my girl, listen, I'm gonna set you up with a lady that I know out there, and I want her to look for a house when I jump and I get out. When jump is meaning when I get out, you know, slang word.
Right.
When I got out, I'm like, yo, we're gonna have the house, we're gonna have everything set up. We don't have to worry about nothing. Right. She's like, you sure? I was like, just trust me. I'm gonna set you up from in prison.
While you
locked up. I'm in prison. So I'm like, I got you. So
that's awesome.
The first day I jumped, man, and I got out, we slept in the house. The house that we bought. We bought the house for, it was like 120 grand or something like that with her credit and with the money I sent over there. And then she was working, so it looked like she was making good money.
Good. Right.
So they give us a house, whatever. We're there. We live in the house for like a year. As soon as I get out, I run into Jimmy. I don't know if you know Jimmy. I run into Jimmy at Walmart. Jimmy's like, hey, shout out to Jimmy, man. Jimmy, you're a real one.
Yeah.
For real, man. Hey, nobody gives opportunities like that.
That's right.
Jimmy's the real one.
That's right.
Jimmy sees me at Walmart. He's like, hey, when you got out, man? I said, man, I just got out right now, bro. He's like, man, for real? He's like, yeah, bro. He's like, what are you going to do, man? You going back in the street or you going to get a job? I said, no, bro. I got probation for 2 more years. I'm not touching nothing. Listen, I'm walking in this line like this, and I'm done. I got kids. I'm good.
Right. That's right.
And he's like, well, listen, man, if you want a job, come up to McKibben Power Sports in Lake Placid. They're looking for people over there. I know everybody over there. I'll get you a job. I'm like, listen,
and you're a salesman, bro. You're a salesman.
I'm there today. He's like, no, come tomorrow. I was like, I'll be there tomorrow. I showed up, bro. They hired me on the spot.
Done.
And he like, this guy can sell anything. And I'm like, this is your guy. So I'm like, all right. He's like, we don't have nothing for sales, but we got stuff for parts. I'm like, hey, put me wherever. I just need a job.
Yep.
They put me in there for like maybe like 3, 4 months, 5 months. And then they put me in sales. When they put me in sales, bro, listen.
Game over.
And you can look up the record. I got the best record. I'm not bragging, but I got a
little
record right
here.
here.
Put it on your shirt, bro.
What is it? I got the best
about?
record in there. I sold over 50. It was like 52 units in 1 month, and it was during COVID season. My check there was like my commission check was like $11,000 some dollars. That's after taxes.
Beautiful. Wow.
Coming out of prison, making that kind of money, I'm like, yo,
but you're a salesman,
what was I doing?
Yeah,
why did I waste all this time back in the day? Nobody showed me nothing. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah. And when you don't have nobody showing you nothing, you can't see nothing unless you actually go out there and dig and dig and dig. But when you live in a society where everything is negative around you, you feel like, oh well, I'm just gonna join this because everybody's doing it.
No, you don't know that exists.
You know any better.
Yeah, you don't know that exists.
But when you have people in your life that come in your life and like, hey, listen, man, I'm gonna give you opportunity with this, with that, and which is now with the house and stuff. And with Jimmy also, Jimmy gave me an opportunity to get a job. Because if I wouldn't find a job, imagine I would be like, man, I'm gonna take the easy route again.
100%.
I would have messed up again.
It's easy.
But my mind was already set. I'm like, hey, there's no easy route no more. I got a family now. I'm not going back again. I lost a lot of time. 2 years is a lot of time to lose. That's a long time. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm done with the streets. I'm just gonna do the things the right way. I'm gonna go with this Goliath Beard brand and see what it does. And I started promoting. I started doing a lot of stuff with it. I know a lot of people, so I started asking people, hey, can I put this in your barbershop? Hey, can I put this in this store? Hey, can I put this over here? And everybody messes with me because the thing about me, I've always done a lot of bad things in the past, but that
You're
I'm
not a bad person.
But I always did it with a clean face. I was always real good with everybody. I never messed nobody over, never fucked nobody over. So people respect me. I respect people at every age group, no matter whether you're young, old. I respect everybody, no matter what. So everybody has always gave me an opportunity at whatever.
You've never burned a bridge.
Exactly. I don't burn
all
bridges.
All doors open up.
Exactly, all the time. So when I started doing the Goliath thing, people were like, yeah, man, go ahead and do it. And when they saw what it was doing, they were like, yo, like, this thing is like really going up there.
Popped off.
Then I started putting it in stores. Then I started having fighters down there in Miami fight. You know, put it on the logos on the shorts.
So you got a fighter. So I'm sorry to interrupt, but you have a fighter, and I want to get into that.
Yeah.
Who is that? Family?
Shout out to my boy Rudy. My boy Rudy. We used to go to high school together.
Okay.
And my boy Rudy, listen, when my boy Rudy was here in high school, he was
here in Sebring.
Yeah, in Sebring. Sebring. He was one of those guys, you know, tall guy, popular. He was playing sports and everything, but he was always like, he would get in trouble all the time, you know. And he started fighting and all that, and he seen that I was doing the stuff with the Goliath Beards, and we reached out to each other, bro. We started talking, and I was like, hey, listen, man, it work out for you, work out for me. Let's put something together. And we put something together, bro, and with the help of Botello and everything, bro, it turned out amazing. I mean, it did good. Awesome. It put a lot of views. It put his name out there, put my name out there. So it was good for both.
What kind of fighting? What kind of, like, just boxing or MMA?
Oh, they do bare knuckle fighting.
Oh,
so and then I got a couple other guys that I've sponsored too. I sponsored also a softball team for a couple of years. The thing about it is with sponsors, man, it's you spend money, but it's all you have to spend money to make money, you know.
Correct.
100%.
And you want your stuff to get out there. You want people. You got to put it in places where people are going to be out there, and you want it to get seen, you know.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, if you don't invest, you're not going to make it nowhere. You have to invest.
So let me ask you a question, right? Because I think most people, right, the way you just said that, right? Most people are looking for the safe route.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody wants that 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to know exactly where they're going to make every Friday, right? When you talk about you're spending money to make money, correct? What are you risking? What are you thinking? What are you risking when you do something like that? What do those scenarios look like? Like, do you do that and you're like, man, I got $2,000 in the bank and I'm going to drop $1,500 on marketing, and all I got is $500. I got kids, I got a wife, I got bills. Yep. I'm gonna leave $500. I mean, do you do things like that? Like, do you risk things like that?
All day. Sometimes I can have $20,000 in my pocket, and in 5 minutes I can invest $19,500 and stay with $500 in my pocket and be okay with it. Because the only person that can fail is me.
That's it.
This is money I invest in me. I'm not investing you or you. I'm invested in me. And if I invest in me, it's because I'm 100% sure.
That's it.
Every single time.
No fear.
No, nothing. And the way I do it is I study everything. Like, if I'm gonna sell a car, I gotta make sure I gotta buy this car cheap enough that if I can't sell it tomorrow for the price that I want, I could drop down a couple $1,000s and I'm still gonna be good. I'm still gonna make money.
Gotcha.
But I don't buy a car to be like, oh, I like the car, I'm just gonna buy it and just because I like it. No, it has to make sense in my mind because when I get tired of this car, because I get tired of cars, I've switched cars a lot. When I get tired of it, it's gone, bro, and it's gone. And I want to make money. I don't want to lose money. I don't have to go find some more money to make money. No, I want my money to keep making my money so I can live. You know what I mean? So it just
because you're an entrepreneur. That's what people don't understand. Is one thing that people see if you're an entrepreneur. They see you in the nice car. They see you in a nice house. They're like, man, it must be nice. That must be nice.
Yeah,
I hate that shit. I hate that must be nice shit.
No, it does.
That's right.
It does. And they don't understand that with me being in this car, I'm thinking about how I'm going to pay this car tomorrow. Yeah. When you're just sitting in whatever you drive, if you're happy or not,
safe, bro.
You're safe. You're safe.
Right.
So there's no safety net in your life.
Yeah, man, excuse my language. Fuck a safety net. Okay, listen.
100%. I'm with you, bro.
You create your own safety. You don't need a safety net. You are your safety.
That's
you're
right.
your safety net.
That's
You feel
right.
me? You're like I tell people all the time. I sit there and I take care of my kids. I take care of my wife. I take care of a lot of people, a lot of family members that I do things for. That I'm always doing stuff for because I feel like it's my responsibility. Like my cousins and stuff like that. And when you do things for others, you feel like, hey, I'm the last of the dying breed right here. Like if everything fails, who has me? Nobody has me. No, I got me.
100%.
So if I sit there and I'm like, I gotta make sure I don't fail because if I fail, everybody around me.
Bro,
fail.
how do we end up in those situations? Bro?
I don't know how I ended up there, bro.
Me
But
neither,
I
bro.
feel like I'm the last resort. I'm the last of the Mohicans.
That's
just
it.
like. I can't
It
fail.
just happens.
I have too many people that depend on me for me to fail. And that goes me doing something illegal. That goes doing just anything,
100%.
just giving up on anything. Like,
100%.
I don't give up because I always see another way. I always like, okay, it didn't work this way. I'm okay with that. And I spend a little bit of money.
So
but when I go this way, I think it's going to be better. And I'm going to make triple the amount.
So you're talking failure.
Yeah, no. The failure is, to me, failure is another way of be like, hey, okay, that didn't work.
Right.
Let's go this way. That's not, you fail when you give up.
That's it.
As soon as you give up, that's when you fail. You sit there and you're like, hey, I don't want to do this no more. You know what? I'm going to switch to something else. Don't switch to something else. Figure out what you're doing wrong and figure out how you could switch that around
There's another
and
angle
just
to
make it
everything.
happen. And sometimes sometimes the littlest details, just a word, just a phrase, just a complete stranger could come up to you and just, like, for me, sometimes I feel like giving up on Goliath Beards, and I'm telling you right here because I'm building houses, I'm making money, I'm doing a lot of other things, and I'm like, well, Goliath Beards is making money, but it's not making house money. You know, making house money, you're talking 100 grand, 150 grand, you're making big money.
Right.
So you're so tied up in that, you're like, what am I going to do with Goliath Beards? But then sometimes I'm out there in McDonald's, for example, and I see this old guy that I don't even know with the beard and has my hat on, and he's wearing it proud, you know?
Right.
And it gives me motivation, and it's like little things like that that motivate me to keep going.
Well, I'm glad you touched on that, bro, because I've been after some beard balm for quite some time,
I
bro.
I knew this.
Like not for nothing. Not for nothing. Shout out Goliath Beard, you know. But in a sense of, so back to like your Air Forces. I hate to go back that far, right? But you are a walking business card.
Oh, yeah. I see everything as a business.
Everything. So for me, I am in my own world, right? I take if whether it's fashion, personal hygiene, whatever, I take it to the core because I am a walking me. There's no one else like me, right? So my beard, like, bro, that's on my face. And the best way my beard looks good was with your beard balm, bro. You got me slacking.
The beard balm is something else, man. I've been trying. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I get it, it sells out fast. We can't keep it.
I can tell.
It sells
I love
out fast. Now, what I'm doing now, I'm sending people just straight to the website, www.goliathbeards.com. If you want to go on there and check it out. And that's the only place that you could get it because every time I get it out here, it's a lot of money to get a big order. You know,
on a personal.
And when it's here, it sells fast. It goes to stores. It goes here. But the thing about it is I can't keep it. And then people want it. I'm like, listen, the easiest way to do it, just go online. Just go online and order it. Online is always going to be available. Always going to be available. And the thing
it's not the same thing to buy it online straight from your distributor that you've set up.
Exactly.
Than to have it. Bro, because the problem is everybody's so used to the people locally who know you. Yeah. They're so used to being you're the guy who has the shit in the trunk of the car.
Yeah, because that's how I used to ride. I used to have it here. Like, you didn't have to buy online with me. I was the online guy. I had everything.
Open the trunk and everything's there.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody was used to that.
Watches, whatever you wanted.
You know, we grow up, bro, and life changes. We evolve. We evolve. So things have to be. You know, you got to go straight to the distributor. So what was it? It was www.goliathbeards.com.
We're going to put it right here. So what was your first, so I guess when you were in there thinking, you created Goliath Beard, you had this image. What was your first, I guess, investment, your first product? What did you bring to the table for Goliath Beard?
The way I thought about it like this. Okay, what's going to make me the fastest money? What product? Like, what product is going to make me more money? And I'm thinking, okay, not the beard oil, not the beard balm. I think the fastest thing would be hats. Everybody wears hats.
So building the brand.
Yeah, everybody wears hats. It's something that I wear, something that everybody wears, and it's something that is cheap to get. It's not expensive. And if you buy wholesale, you can make some money, and it just depends on the logo. I said, I'm going to throw the logo on there and see what it does. There's a lot of people with beards. I see there's other companies, and that's another thing. You have to look at other companies, see what they're doing. And whatever if you could mimic that company and be like, hey, I just want to just do the same thing as this
it's already proven and tried. It's tried and
proven. And you already see they got a blueprint. All you have to do is follow the blueprint. That's it.
Don't reinvent the wheel, man. Just copy the shit.
You don't have to see it there. Oh, how am I going to make it? Right. No, you could do exactly the same thing. Just put your logo, and you're gonna be good.
Done.
You just have to know what you're doing in promotion. You got to promote it right. You have to put it out there right. You have to don't sleep on it. The thing about somebody with like a business, like a self business, like a business owner. A lot of people slack on themselves. Yeah. Like if you, for example, and what I mean by that, right now you get a job, right? You work 9 to 5. Every day you're like on top of, hey, I got to get there at 9 o'clock because if not, I'm gonna get fired and I'm gonna be without a job and I got bills I got to pay, right?
True.
You make sure like, hey, if you're gonna be late, hey boss, hey, I'm gonna be 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
Well, when you take that discipline out of yourself, because now I'm a business owner, I'm all right. I don't. Today 10 o'clock? No, not today. I'll be there at 11 because it's my business. I don't care. No. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting your business because you don't have the same. Why are you gonna have discipline to make that guy money, but not the same discipline to make you money? You need to be there earlier so you can make more money.
I think I could put a word on it, and it's something that has poisoned a lot of people, and it's entitlement. I think you just described entitlement. Yep. When you some people think that I created a LLC or I did this or I did that. It's like I'm done. No, that machine.
You have to work way harder.
That machine, you're not even. You're trading in your 1 9 to 5 boss for now. Everyone is your boss,
right?
Because you have to please everybody because everybody's a dollar sign.
Yeah,
Right.
people think it's easy, but it's not easy. Because look, at a job, you clock out, you're done.
That's it.
Yeah.
And a business owner, you sit there and you're like, while you're trying to sleep, you're trying to think, okay, well, how am I going to do this? Because I got to make this happen, and things are not adding up, and I spend this much money, but now to get this much money back, I have to sell this amount of items just to get the money back. And if it don't sell fast enough, how am I going to pay this bill?
Right.
But nobody sees that. People just see, oh, he's driving a Maserati.
Right.
He's driving a Mercedes.
Right.
He's driving a truck. He's driving this.
Right.
But they don't see how late I have to stay up.
That's
When you get out of your 9 to 5 and you go home and you just like, I'm going to watch TV. I'm going to just go chill with so-and-so.
Because
I'm at home trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm online looking for things to buy, to sell, anything. And look, right now, like people look at me like, oh, he has a house. He's building a house. He's doing this. He's doing so many great things. But I'm also the guy that I'm driving down the road and I see a table, for example, a chair, on the side of the road that they're throwing out, and I'll look at it, I'm like, yo, I could put that on offer up on the swap page and sell that for $20.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me you're flipping a crib, you're making $100,000 in profit.
You're riding in a $100,000 truck,
and you're still thinking about a $20 couch.
Listen, bro, I don't discriminate. I love money, every kind of money. But I tell you
That's
what,
crazy.
I love making money, but the money doesn't control me now. The money doesn't control me. I control the money. I make the money doesn't control me. I sit there and I make the money, and I let the money make itself. But at the same time,
$20 is $20.
Yeah, to me, I'll sit there and I'll spend $20 on whatever. Just like if I see somebody on the side of the road and I'm like, hey, let me buy him some food.
Right.
Hey, let me do something for this person. Hey, whoever's behind me at McDonald's line, let me sit there and pay for their food. Tell them I said God bless.
You pay it forward.
And not because I want to brag or not. Just because I feel like I could help somebody else.
Right.
Well, because the world, I mean, how complex you want to put it, whether you're religious or not, whatever. The world, everybody can agree, it's just a big ball of energy, right? So whatever you put out, you would just want that back,
of course,
right? So it's why wouldn't you, if you've been blessed to have at least opportunities, right? Because everybody has opportunities. It's just how you grasp, how you think.
Yep.
An opportunity can be bad, good, or nothing at all because you don't see it. Like you said, there's opportunities in front of us all day. Why not, if I have been blessed with so many opportunities and have been blessed with the knowledge on how to grasp the opportunity, right? Why not pay a little something forward? Why not? Exactly. It makes you feel good. You reward yourself. Why not?
Yeah.
But I want to touch back on, because I think a lot of people don't understand that, right? A lot of people dream of owning a business, right? And the first thing people tell you is, I want to own my own business because I don't want to have to report to a boss.
Must
be
nice.
I don't want to do this, right? Yeah, I know, that must be nice. I hate that must be nice shit. But everybody talks about that. And what people don't realize is that when you become your own boss, obviously everything has a customer. There's a customer to every business.
Of course.
I don't give a shit what you do. There's a customer involved. Your customers become your boss.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two is everything that comes with being a business owner, right? So you work a 9 to 5, you get a paycheck. You don't even understand how that paycheck gets created. Nobody understands that, where they don't realize that, okay, I got a paycheck for $600 and then my taxes were taken out, so now I have $485 or whatever it is. But they don't realize that your boss also paid probably $680 something. He's also paying taxes on your check, right? People don't get that shit. People don't understand that your boss, you see him with the Benz, with the house, with the yacht, whatever the fuck your fucking boss owns. And then that boss also is probably backed on taxes fucking 3 years, right? They don't know this shit. The guy can't fucking sleep because he owes. That's all they see is the big fucking picture.
Well,
they don't see the small picture.
What song was that back then? More money, more problems.
You know, I used to work when I used to work for a company, bro. These guys, ambitious. I still talk to these guys. Ambitious as shit. Built a big ass company. You know, whatever. Payroll for these guys, they were young, bro. Payroll for these guys was $60,000 every 2 weeks. Sometimes, talking to them because I was close to them, bro, that's some stressful shit, right? Because you're depending on a payment method that hasn't come in yet. So now you got to float money, right? You know what it is to come up with $60,000 every 2 weeks in payroll? That shit cannot fake. That money has to come up.
It has to.
I'm on a whole nother.
Your paycheck is secure. That's the must.
That's
be nice.
it.
Must be nice that you know what is gonna come in,
right.
But I don't know what I'm gonna make. I don't even know if I'm gonna make anything this month because I gotta make sure you guys eat.
What people don't get is I'm driving the Benz, I'm driving the yacht. You got paid, and I probably haven't been paid in 3 months.
That's it.
They don't get it. So I have a small business, right? I got a small business in Virginia. It's a post-construction cleaning company. Small. My payrolls are $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 a week. You know how many times, bro, I go 3 months without making any money? Like, I told my brother and I told my partner, like, there's actually like you know how there's algorithms for internet?
Yeah.
There's an algorithm for business too, right? Depending on what level you're at. So there's literally like when you're like over exceeding and you're like, bro, I need to find more work. But there's like a sweet spot for work, right? Because if I get too much work, then I don't get paid for like 8 months because I'm waiting on checks.
Yep.
I'm paying employees.
But nobody sees that, though.
Nobody sees that shit, right? Yeah. But I'm waiting on checks. I'm paying employees. But then if I get a certain amount of work, but then the work stops, then I pay them. The checks come in, then I can pay myself. Yeah. So you're like, but why are you being lazy? You got to find more work. Yeah. No, it's not that I don't want to find more work. I'm just trying to get to the sweet spot because I either make it here or I make it fucking here. Yeah. You can't be in the middle because if you're in the middle, you're fucking broke. Yeah. But people don't get that shit. Yeah, people don't get that shit.
It goes to your beard balm. You know, I'm so happy you did it, but I know you're probably like, I just shot myself in the foot. I just made something so awesome, but it's so hard to.
I gotta keep up with this shit.
You don't even make money off the beard balm because you're constantly funneling the next order.
Hector, shout out to Hector. He's over there in Fitness Factory. Every time I go in the morning, he gives me a hard time. He's like, "Hey, bro, you gonna bring me the beard balm?" I'm like, "Bro, listen, I forgot." Hey, bro, listen,
I don't have it.
I just don't have it, bro. It's just, I can't keep it. When I got it, I ordered it for him. And as soon as I got it, I go out, I come back, and I'm doing a couple of things, and I tell my girl, hey, you got the stuff I got to take to the fitness factory?
Shit's sold. Shit's gone.
Oh, baby, all that stuff is gone already. I'm like, oh, snap. Like, I can't even keep that stuff in. Right. So I'm like,
and
you're going to have to order it online.
Yeah. That's it.
And I don't want to put it out here in the stores out here because, and like in the shops out here in Sebring, and no particular reason. It's just the prices that they gone up now. They've gone up so much in prices that is like when I put them in there in the shops, I'm not making no money. No, because I got to give these guys a cut. You know, they got to make their money too.
You're more so, yeah.
And I'm like, it's not worth it. For me, it's better if they just go online.
Just buy it online.
Order it. It's easier. You don't have to drive nowhere.
Because again, it's kind of like with social media and like engaging. Like he said, algorithms. I guess one algorithm is like everybody wants to feel included, right? Yeah, so it's cool to buy it. Man, I know D from Goliath, you know. So it's like I feel more personal. But the world you outgrow. Yeah. And some people don't. Oh, you switched up. No, you're supposed to grow.
Yeah, you're supposed to grow.
You know, it's like someone said the shark analogy, where if you put a great white shark in a fish tank, it's only going to grow the size of the fish tank, right? But are you a shark or are you a plant? You know, you can be a plant and just chill in a vase, but I'm a shark, and I want to eat. You're supposed to. You got to understand that too. You can't just say, "Oh, he switched up," or "Oh, David don't have the thing no more." No, it's not that guy. I've evolved. Now I'm an online store.
I do have it. Yeah. You just got to go to www.goliathbeards.com to go get it.
Like he said, I'm not the trunk guy. I'm not the trunk guy no more. You've upgraded. You've evolved. Now you're the .com guy.
So David, you got into flipping houses, building new constructions, making money on new houses. What brought you into that, bro?
As soon as I got out, man, and I bought the house with my wife.
The house that you bought when you got out of prison?
Yeah, when I got out of prison. I bought that little, it was only a 2-1. It was a small house, but we were able to make almost like 60, 70 grand. After living in it for a year, we sold it.
Nice.
Wow. And made 60, 70 grand. And I told my wife, I was like, yo, what are we going to do? Should we get this money and just buy a car, buy this, buy that, or should we invest? And she's like, I don't know. I was like, let's build a house. Let's go build a house. And I know a contractor. His name is Beavis Construction. Shout out to Beavis Construction.
Beavis builds multi-million-dollar homes.
Yeah. He's built Alan Jay's house. He built
$11 million house.
He builds houses for everybody. He's a well-known guy out here. And not only is he a very nice person, man. He's a very religious person. He's a Christian. He invited me to his house to have Bible studies and everything. Real good guy, man. And when people like that give you opportunities, man, you have to take them. You have to take them, and you have to do 100% right by them because opportunities like that don't present themselves every day.
Correct.
And I started building the houses, bro, and it was actually for me. It was our house. For us.
So the first house you built was initially for you to live in.
Yeah.
What happened?
We sold the house, and I'm like, yo, let's build a house. We built the house, and in the middle of it, I'm like, yo, if we sell the house, we can make like over 100 grand, like
on the new house.
On a new house, I'm like,
off rip.
I'm gonna talk to Mike and see if Mike wants to sell this house, what he wants to do, because I want to build a different house. I want to do something else. I want to get into this. This is something I like.
This whole new avenue.
Yeah, this is something
like
different.
You said earlier. You don't fall in love with shit.
Ain't nothing. And to me, everything. If I can make money out of it, I'm gonna make money out of it.
Right.
Trust me. I don't.
Point blank. Period.
That's it. Yeah. There's no ifs or buts about it. So I sell the house, and as soon as I sell the house, I made some good money. I've never seen this money in my life all at once because all the money I've ever made was going way fast.
Correct.
So now I'm learning to appreciate money. I'm learning to appreciate, okay, I worked hard for this money now. This money is real. I don't have to hide. I could go and buy whatever I want. I don't have to say, hey, this money came from this. No, this money comes from something I work hard for.
That's it.
So now I'm like, yo, and it goes back to opening doors. When people open the doors and you see it, it's always been there. Houses get built by you every single day. But you just see it as just something.
You didn't tap in.
It's not your world, so you don't know nothing about it.
That's it.
But when somebody opens it to you, and then they open it to me, I want to open to you, because it's money we all make.
Right. Yo, I just made this money. It was easy as shit.
In 6 months.
You can do it too.
Yeah, why not?
Right.
If I could do it, listen, I got kicked out of high school.
Right.
And I didn't stop there. I could have been like, I don't want a diploma. I don't want this. No, I went to Continental Academy. I did a test. I got my high school diploma. Good. I went to college, and I went to college not because I wanted a degree. I went to college because I wanted that check that they were giving for financial aid. I'm not even going to lie. I was like, yo, I'm going to get this little check. I'm going to act like I'm doing something, and I'm going to get this little free money, and I'm going to go flip some money. But school was not for me. Mm-hmm. I'm the type of person, I want you to be the guy that goes to school. I want you to be the guy that studies.
And come work for me.
And then I go and I'll get you, and I'm like, hey, you're going to work for me because you're an outstanding person.
Yeah. Because one thing school doesn't teach you is balls.
Like,
no. And you know what? So what's crazy is, and that differentiates people, correct?
Yeah.
What's crazy is I'm gonna tell you, there's people, and I've never been that guy, and I know you've never been that guy, and you've never been that guy, right? Because we're all about money. But there's those people that they're at a job, right? And there's a promotion. And they're sales representative, let's say, right? I'm just using an example. Sales representative. And then all of a sudden, the boss comes to them, hey, guys, there's a promotion available. You're going to be the vice representative of sales.
See, I don't even
vice man, right? But it has no increase in pay.
It's just
you're going to get the title.
Shiny new gold
That's
badge.
It.
Comes with a lot of responsibility.
There's so many people who do shit for the title.
Yep.
Just like people who go to school. There's so many people who go to school that say they have 13 degrees. Bro, how much money you got?
Yeah.
To me, the resume of life is what have you accomplished. Yep. Not how many degrees you have. Not how many. No. How much money you got? Mm-hmm. How are your kids? Mm-hmm. How's your wife? Yep. How's your family? How you living? Yep. It's not about the title and the degrees. Fuck that. So I totally appreciate what you're saying, right? Because we can go to the houses.
Yep.
So many people get caught up on, do I own my own house, right? Because that's the original American dream, right? That's the old school American dream. And me and you have talked about that shit. And I've tried to give this advice to people who I love, but they don't get it. Bro, I got to own my house. Why? If it's not a financial investment, why own it?
It's not an asset.
Right.
I'm renting right now.
Yeah. That's okay.
I'm okay. I'm okay with renting. I don't care about
But there's people who own their house.
Yep.
They're negative. They ain't got no money in the bank.
Yep.
And they think that they're doing better than you. Why? Because they don't see deep enough.
Yep.
Where you could be renting, but you got more money in a business, you got more money in your fucking savings account, but they own a house. Who gives a fuck? I got more than you, bro.
Exactly. My house may not be mine, but you know what? Every time there's an issue with my roof, with a fridge, with a toilet,
I call a dude.
Come and fix
you
it.
delegate.
I call a dude.
So it all dwindles down to, are you willing to delegate?
Exactly.
And how much money do I got?
Well, yeah, but you got to view money as a tool, right, of progression. Because money can't be the basis of everything, to me, right? To me, I see it as a tool. Because you want to help your family, right? If you get caught up in the dollar, right, you're not gonna. Money's evil.
Yeah, but it's simple, right?
Money's evil.
For example, you buy your house, right? So money's a tool, correct, right? Yes. And it's a tool that you're supposed to tap into.
Yep.
So you buy your house.
It's not a tool. It's the tool.
Okay, the tool. So you buy your house at 2.5 or 2. What the fuck are you at? Interest rate.
So I bought a house not because I wanted to, but because him. And it's something they didn't talk to us about.
Correct.
So I thought, but I got my house
what's
at
your interest rate?
A 2.1.
Okay, 2.1% interest rate. But now listen to me real quick. Depending on what you got in the bank, right? All you're banking on right now is what you got in equity.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. So let's say even so I'm playing out the scenario, right? So homeboy bought a house, he's at 2.1%. He's got $150,000 in equity. Great, beautiful. You've got $150,000 in a checking account or a savings account, right? I'm putting the example out there for the world, right? Okay. So people can understand what I'm talking about. Yeah. So you've got $150,000 in a fucking savings account or a fucking IRA or whatever the fuck you got in it, and he's got the money in equity.
That's it.
But what happens? You got to tap into your 150, bro. Your 150 is right there. It ain't changing your life. If he wants to tap into his 150, he's got to refinance his house, and he's got to go from a 2.1% to a 7.5%.
Yep, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So it's not about I own a house.
No.
Fuck that. It's not about I have a master's degree. Okay, you have a master's.
What are you going to do with it?
You have an MBA. You have a master's degree in business. That's awesome. What business do you own? None. I work for a fucking company.
Or you don't work at all, because again, master's degrees and whatever in business and marketing, whatever, you don't have a guaranteed job. It's not like a trade.
Hell no.
You got to come out and you basically got, if you're not a hustler with a degree or with that.
And what are you gonna leave your kids? What are you gonna leave your kids?
Nothing.
100%.
That.
When you go work
Your
for somebody,
degrees
you're not leaving.
go.
No, a paper that's framed, a pretty, in cursive or whatever. It's ridiculous.
Nothing. So anyway, so you've been building the houses. You're making what, 100, 150 grand on a flip?
Yep.
That's fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah, and not only that, that it's on the flip. I'm always on top of something. So right now, like my wife had a Mercedes Benz, right? She had a Mercedes, paid for, and I had my truck paid for. Everything was, we got all our vehicles paid for because I use the money for that. I was like, I don't want to.
You don't like having debt.
I don't like having debt. I love being debt free. I don't like paying payments. I don't like none of that.
Hashtag no payments.
So I'm like, if I can't afford it, I'm not gonna buy it. Not right now. Not the time. I'm gonna wait till I can afford it. So I bought it cash, but I don't fall in love with it. So what I did, I talked to my wife. I was like, yo, right now we're doing the house flipping and all that stuff. We need a skid steer. So like that, everything is a lot cheaper.
Gotcha.
We need a truck. We need a big dually truck, and we need a dump truck, like a dump trailer.
Okay.
So what are we gonna do? Do you work from home right now because she has a job from home? I'm like, you work from home. I'm like, I'm doing the stuff with the houses. I'm like, we could get rid of your car. We'll get rid of my truck. We'll get a dually. We'll get the dump bed, and we'll get the skid steer. Now I can save money on my house build, and I can make money on top of that. Open up an LLC and make money. So.
Awesome.
You have to be willing to let go of these things that you think it's what you. Oh, it's the Mercedes. Oh, I don't care about that. If I could get rid of that and make money with that money, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Progression, man. That's it. That's the only way we can get better.
I don't want to stay in the same spot.
No,
I want to keep going up and keep going up and keep going up. And there's times where I'm gonna be like up here and I'm gonna fall back down 5-6 times. I've lost it all. That's what made me hungry. As hungry as I am today, is because the reason I'm hungry today is because I've lost it all before. When I went to prison, I came out with nothing.
And you had it because you talked to me. You're the
one.
You bought the house before me.
Yeah, I had the family, I had everything, and I came out with nothing. I had to start all over.
Zero.
But starting all over showed me how to start in a different way than I started before. And now that I had all the right tools and everybody around me, and then I started meeting people like Botello, I started meeting people like in industries that could take me to different places. Right. So I'm like, I can't be around people that are going to be negative. I can't be around people that are going to take from me. I need to take from people. I need to take as much knowledge as I can from people because I need to learn. Right. Like I need to learn how to shut up. I need to learn how to sit there and not be the smartest guy in the room.
Yep.
Because even if I walk in the room and I'm the smartest guy in the room, there's always somebody out there that's going to say something that's going to be like, yo, I can make some money off of that. So sometimes you got to sit back and just analyze everything, just look and be like, okay, let them talk. The more they talk, the more information you get.
That's it.
And people just love to talk. And you just got to let them sometimes, because a lot of times when they talk, you just pick up on things like, yo, I'm going to make some money.
So the key to sales, for example.
I was just thinking that.
The key to sales, because I've learned that throughout my life, right? Because everybody, like even earlier today, we were talking about my son. My son, he talks a lot. He's this and this and that. So everybody always, when they see that, they're like, oh, he's going to be a great salesman. That's not the key to sales. Yeah. It's not. The key to sales is obviously being able to break ice.
Of course.
Start a conversation. But the key to sales is also to shut the fuck up and listen to your people. Yep. Because if I don't let you talk, I'll never figure out who the fuck you are or what you're thinking.
Exactly.
Or what you want.
You got to understand, when somebody comes into a facility and they're trying to buy something, whether it's a car, a bike, anything, they're already coming with intentions that they want to buy. They know what they want.
That's it.
They just need you to guide them in the right direction just a little bit and convince them, hey, this is what you want to spend money on. Because they already know what they want. They're going there for the stuff.
They know they want something.
And when you sit there and you push it on them so much, oh, get this, sometimes they walk away because, like, yeah, he's being pushy. Right. Yeah. You got to let them they know what they want. You just got to convince them that that's what they want.
But if you don't let them talk, you'll never figure it out.
Exactly.
Right. And it's the same thing with being, we have to be students, right? When you're that guy who you think you know everything, you don't learn shit.
You're never going to get nowhere.
No, bro, we don't know shit. Yep. I used to be totally against, and he knows, I used to be totally against. Of course, I was young, I was cocky. I thought I was doing great. Yep. I wasn't doing shit. But in my mind, I thought I had killed it.
Yeah, you were him.
Yeah, I was the guy. Yeah. So I used to always be against mentors and motivational coaches, I used to be against all that shit.
It's all fraud.
It's all bullshit, which it is, right? Yeah. But it is. But here's the deal. Here's the difference. The problem is, I can bring you all this mentorship, all this knowledge. I'm giving it to you for real. I'm not bullshitting you.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to you. The difference is, what the fuck do you do with it?
Yeah, if you don't do nothing with it,
Then it's bullshit. Yeah. Then I scammed you for real.
Yeah.
If you don't do shit with it, I scammed you.
Yep.
The whole secret is, I'm gonna give you all of it, but you got to do something with it. Yep. If you don't do shit with it, then I fucking scammed you. But I didn't scam you. You scammed yourself. Exactly. You came and bought the shit from me that I'm teaching you, right? But you didn't do shit with it. That's it. So everybody needs a coach. You got, bro, fucking Michael Jordan. He's winning championships. He still has a coach.
Of course.
Does Michael Jordan need a coach? We look at him and we go, no, fuck no. Michael Jordan don't need a goddamn coach. Not. But he does need a coach. Because everybody, no matter how good you are, what you are, bro, somebody's going to give you that other aspect, that other dynamic, that other vision from the other side, and he'll polish your shit. Always be a student. Always be a student.
Well, you gotta always be open. You're not gonna tell your coach to shut up. No, because your coach, you're playing for him, right? So your mentors, your peers, they only want you to do better.
What you don't see.
Exactly. Absolutely.
You gotta understand that. Like a lot of times, even when you're working out, you're doing a workout and you're thinking you're doing it right, and somebody's looking at you like, why is he twisting like that?
Right.
It's important
because you think you're doing it right, but if you, instead of doing that, if that person comes up and says, hey, bro, listen, you're doing that wrong, you're gonna hurt your back. But look, do it like this and like that. And do it the right way, but people don't do that. People don't know how to take criticism nowadays.
Nope. No, bro. Nope.
Nobody.
And some people, to be honest, don't have that support system. Like in play, like we had our dad. Our dad told us a lot of moral stuff, but he was limited by what he had accomplished, right? So
I want you to tell me I'm messing up.
Exactly.
I want you to tell me, hey, bro, listen, don't do that.
Do you have someone that does that? That puts you in check?
Who's your
matter of fact, he's here right now, Botello. I'm like, Botello has been one person in my life that when I sit there and I'm doing something, he doesn't give it to me just, oh, yes. No, he's like, hey, bro, listen, hey, you're messing up. I'm like, you're the smartest dude I know. Like, you can make money out of anything, bro. Why are you slipping? And it's time. Everybody slips. Everybody needs a person.
Of course.
Everybody needs a person to be like, hey, bro, hey, get up. Like, you're messing up. Like, you're slacking. Botello put me in check. He's like, hey, if you could, why are you gonna stop? Like, don't stop doing this. Don't stop doing that. And the same thing with him. Whenever he was messing up, I would tell him, hey, Botello, bro, you slacking, bro. Like, you got so much potential. You need to go out there and do it. And just like that, we would help each other out. And that's what people don't do nowadays. People don't help each other out. People see you fail, and they see you like going down, and instead of saying, "Hey, bro, like you're messing up," they'll go tell the next person, "Hey, you see so he's falling off, man. Hey, bro, this isn't that," and they're so quick to be so negative. Mm-hmm. But that's why you have to focus, bro. Whenever you're doing something, focus on the money. Don't worry about if you're focused on him. If you're focused on him, your mind is so focused on them that you're losing focus of what you really want. And then you're like, why am I not going nowhere? Because you're too worried about what he's making. I don't care what he's making. He can make $10,000 more than me every day. He can make $10,000 a day, and I still don't care. Because his money is not going to affect my money.
Nope.
I'm going to make my money regardless, and that's it. And if I see that somebody's making more money than me, and I see that they're doing a lot, guess what I'm doing? I'm like, hey, bro, how can we do something together?
Yeah, you don't want to gatekeep.
Like, I don't want to sit there and hate on them. I want to learn. I want to learn.
And for me,
I want to learn everything.
The biggest thing is too, is when you got people, you have to. So, man, I don't know how to explain it, right? In the sense of, you have to know when people really love you.
Yeah.
When people really love you.
Yeah.
And not only love you, but know who people are.
Yeah.
Because you can, for example, in family shit, nothing about business. Let's forget about business. Family shit. When people come talk to me about some shit that's going on in my life and in my family, and people want to give me advice, I tell them straight the fuck up. You want to come talk to me? We're going to talk.
Yeah.
So you tell me exactly what you're thinking. Don't come to me with some fucking sugar-coated bullshit.
Yeah, give it to me raw.
Give it to me raw. Because if not, let's not talk about it.
Yeah. You
right?
can't be straight up with me.
Because if I accept that conversation from you, because I love you. Exactly. So if you come at me and you, we don't talk every day. Yeah. Me and you don't talk every day. But I respect you as a man. Yep. I respect you as a father. I respect you as a husband. I respect you as a businessman. I respect you as a man.
Yep.
Period. So if you came to me on some shit and you told me, Chris, I want to talk to you about some shit I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I know from you, because I know you,
yeah.
and I know you're not a hater,
yeah.
and you came to me with some shit out of love,
yeah.
and you told me, bro, I'm seeing this, you got to correct this shit.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll take it.
Of course.
Whether I change it or not is up to me. But will I look at it and be like, this is just a hater? Or this person is just a hater?
Yep.
No, I wouldn't see it like that. I would see it out of love. But you got to understand that it's coming from love.
Yep.
Right?
When people not everybody gives it to you.
No, bro, absolutely not. Nope. But if I give it to you,
yep.
it's because of love.
Exactly.
Because if not, why would I want to help you?
Yep.
Yeah,
I wouldn't give it to you.
You wouldn't gain any. I'm not trying to gain
I would just
anything.
watch, sit back, and laugh at you fail.
Yeah, that's it.
But I'm giving it to you because I love you. Yeah. So because I love you, I'm having the courage because I don't know how you're going to react. Yeah. Right? Because you could react.
Yeah, I could take it.
And you could punch me in the face and knock me out. Yeah. Right? So if I'm taking the step to come at you and be like, yo, D, bro, I'm seeing some. Can I have a conversation with you? Yeah, bro, what's up? Bro, when I come at you with some serious things, that's love, bro.
Just, bro.
You gotta be open-minded enough to go like, yo, if this person took the risk of coming to me with this conversation, bro, this person loves me.
Yeah, because if it's uncomfortable for you to hear, it's got to be super uncomfortable to say it.
100%.
You know who makes me the most uncomfortable? Who? When they tell me, hey, are you messing up? My wife.
Right.
Because you're always like, yo.
Because
you're the guy. And when she's telling me you're messing up, you're like, nah, I'm not messing up. And I want to fight her all the time about it. I'm not messing up. You crazy? How do you think we have everything we have? Right. How you think? Like, how I'm messing up? But I am messing up.
Right.
I am messing up, and it takes me a little while to sit there and realize, yo, you are messing up. Right. And it's not that I'm doing nothing bad. It's just that sometimes
you're messing up.
I just sit there and I get too comfortable sometimes and feel like, oh, I got something. I'm all right. But no, all that time. Right. It's time that when I did those 2 years, I didn't get none of that time back. Nope. Right. So I can't waste no more time. My time that I had to waste, I wasted it already. I don't have time to waste no more. I have to just go.
But the right wife. Yeah. The problem is the right wife sees the potential in you.
Exactly.
She knows more what you're capable of than you know.
Yeah, she knows me better than me.
That's it. She believes in you.
Exactly.
That's a good wife.
Exactly.
That's a good wife.
Just like you with your wife.
100%.
You with your wife. You guys have wives that's where you guys are in the level you guys are at right now because
100%.
If you guys had a girl at home that just taking and taking and taking and taking from you and not giving,
you die, bro.
You're dying all the way down. You're not going nowhere. Yeah. You're not going nowhere. But the wife that you have at home, if you treat your wife good, you sit there and make sure everything's good, your kids are good, and your family's good, your foundation is good, everything else around you is good.
And she holds you accountable.
That's it. It works in clockwork, bro. You have to put everything together just so everything can work together. It's like a fast food restaurant.
That's it.
You miss somebody there. If you don't have the fries guy, you don't have the guys in the
100%.
restaurant.
Yeah,
it's chaos.
It's a system. You gotta have a system in place.
There's chaos. Then it goes crazy.
But we don't know that when we're young, bro.
No, nobody.
We don't get it.
Yeah, nobody teaches that.
Well, and it all depends who's around you, right? So there was a mentor that we watched. I think his last name is Pena. And he said, "Show me your 5 friends, and I'll tell you who you're gonna be."
Exactly, and it's just like that.
And you gotta learn. You gotta learn when to take that. Like these people aren't good for you. They're toxic, right?
Hay un dicho, because we're all Cuban right here.
Dilo.
Hay un dicho cubano que dice, "Dime con quién anda y te digo quién eres."
Exactly.
That's it.
And that's a fact.
And it's a tried and proven quote because it's true. You know.
Yo, people will tell me, bro, you're so lucky. You got a good wife.
Yeah.
I know, bro.
I knew what I was looking for.
100%. Yeah. I'm not even going to lie to you, dog. You know, you're from Sebring.
Yeah.
I met my girl here in Sebring. My girl's from Sebring.
Yeah.
And when I met my wife, and the girl who introduced me to my wife was like, oh, she's superficial. I said, okay, I'll take that. I'm from Miami.
Yeah.
Superficial. I'm used to superficial.
Yeah.
I'll take superficial. Let me take the girl out on a date. So I go out on a date, come back. I tell her, no, she's not superficial at all. I know superficial. She's not superficial. She wants better.
Yep.
The problem with you is you're okay going out with the guy who takes you out on a date to Dairy Queen.
Yep.
You're okay with that. Yep. And you got kids.
Exactly.
As a 20-year-old girl, you should not be okay with a guy who takes you out on a date to Dairy Queen and makes you pay and makes you drive. Yeah. That's not okay. No. It doesn't make you superficial. No. It's that you want more. It's okay when you're 16 and you don't see it.
Exactly.
Right? But you're 20 years old, you got a couple kids, and you're driving the dude to Dairy Queen and you're buying him ice cream? You don't do that at 20 years old.
You're working and he's home chilling.
Right.
And at the same time,
correct.
You gotta hold some accountability, right? Because let's say you just didn't know, right? You can say, oh, she's superficial, she's that. But, like, that should come from you, too, to if you don't know, you should learn.
Yeah.
With being open-minded, like he said. You have to be willing to take criticism, realize where you're at. You got to look in the mirror and say, you know what? I don't like where I'm at. Right. What am I gonna do? Right. With work, with fitness, with your relationship. All of it. All your decisions come down to one thing: is do you know how to choose?
Yeah.
But you did it,
and you have to have dedication.
You did it.
But even if you have dedication, what if you have dedication towards something that was wrong? That you don't, the beaten path. No, you got to know how to choose what path is gonna work with my energy.
Yeah, definitely.
But you did it. You did it. You were with your high school sweetheart.
5-minute warning.
Right. You were with your high school sweetheart. How did you pull the trigger on that, bro, to make a switch? Because you were with her for a long time.
I was with her for a long time.
And she's a good woman. We all know her.
No, Tiffany.
Fucking beautiful woman.
Shout out to Tiffany.
Yeah, she's a beautiful woman.
Ask him that question again. The wife question, and just let you know it's 5-minute warning, right, guys?
So you pulled the trigger. You did it because you were with your high school sweetheart.
Yep.
And she's a good woman. I know your ex-wife. She's a great woman. She's the mother of your kids. You got beautiful boys.
Shout out to Tiffany.
Shout out to Tiffany.
Tiffany's an amazing woman.
How did you make that switch, brother?
Man, it was. I'm not gonna lie. I want to say it was easy, but it wasn't easy. It was very hard. Tiffany was with me through my hardest moments in life. I mean, up and down. Even when I went to prison, she was still there for me. And today, if I need anything from Tiffany, Tiffany has my back. I have her back. We have a respect for each other. There's nothing disrespectful, nothing. It's just things didn't work out. We were too young. We got together at a young age, and I was always into the money. I didn't care about nothing, so I didn't really care about going out there and with the girls and none of that. Once I started making the money and started becoming popular, I started, with the girls, and I got carried away, and I didn't know what to do, and I let it go. I let it go, and she's a good woman. She's an amazing woman.
She is a good woman.
Amazing woman. So. But you learn it, and it's hard sometimes. You do it, and you're like, whoa, what did I just do? It's a big difference. I lost everything. I didn't take half the house. I didn't take half the car. You did. I'm like, hey, here, I walked away. You keep everything. Only thing I want is my kids. Just make sure don't take my kids away from me. I'm like, my kids are my life. And that's why we have the connection we have right now where we could sit there and we could talk about anything and not have no disrespect. Like, I respect her. She has a boyfriend or a husband. If they have a kid together, they're amazing people. I don't have nothing against them. I wish them the best. If I could help them with anything, I help them because I'm an adult, bro. We have to grow.
Absolutely.
Like when your mind grows, you could do a million things. But when you're still stuck on that stupidity from just being stupid, bro, just ignorant, like you're never going to get nowhere. Never, ever going to get nowhere.
That's so beautiful, though.
No,
because I agree with you 100%. Because she's a good woman. Nothing, bro. What happens is
you outgrow.
No, and we weren't for each other.
No,
we met each other in the wrong moment. Yep. We weren't for each other, and that's it.
Tiffany was a good person. I'm a good person. We were just not good for each other, and sometimes you have to accept that. And you have to move forward.
Realizing acceptance is hard because we don't want to accept certain things that we don't like. But
especially your high school sweetheart, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's a big deal.
So your path, bro, is very long. But you're only, how old are you?
I'm 38.
You still got a long journey,
bro. But I'm 38. I bought my first house with Tiffany. I bought my first house with Tiffany. And when I was telling him about our house, I was 20. I want to say 23, 24, maybe. Okay.
I think you were younger than that. I think you were younger than that.
Maybe younger. Yeah, maybe. I think 23, maybe. I was young. But the reason I did it, I got her pregnant with my first son. And I'm the type of person. Listen, if I got a responsibility. If I get a girl pregnant, I got to do something about it.
Let's step up.
I got her pregnant, and within a week, we already had a house. You feel me? And I'm in high school.
Wow.
Like, she's in high school because she was younger. She's in high school. She was just like, she was a senior year. It was her senior year. Right out of high school, she was having a baby. And I'm like, yo, what am I going to do right now? Yeah. Like, I mean, she's young. I'm young. Like, what are we going to do? And then she had the baby. I got the house. And we just, like, from there on, I'm like, I'm a father, bro. And I got to provide. I got to do something. So from there on, it just climbed up. And I went down. To prison.
For sure.
Prison, you know, the whole prison stuff.
You've got a long path, man. It's full of rocks and boulders. You know, you've came a long way.
And if you're going to be an entrepreneur, if you're going to own a business, life is a motherfucking roller coaster.
You got to take it on the chin.
Period.
Just don't be afraid. Don't give up.
So quick question real quick. We'll close this up real quick. I want you to give a message. There's a lot of dudes out there listening to you. A lot of people dreaming of owning their own business. A lot of people with ideas, dreams. What is something you can tell somebody who's thinking of owning their own business, starting their own brand, starting their dream? What is a message you can tell the people that come from your heart that you can just tell those people so they can be ready for that?
I would just say have the balls.
That's it.
Have the balls. Like, if you have the balls for everything else, to learn how to drive, to learn how to do this, to go get that girl that you want, to do anything, to have the balls to, like, fight for yourself. Like, have a vision, look at it, and say, I'm going to attack this. And if I don't know nothing about it, I'm going to ask around, and I'm going to figure out how to attack this to make this what I want. And this is what I want, and I'm going to do it. Nobody's going to stop me. And that's it. Just go after it, bro. Have the balls and just go after what you want. The world is out there for you, bro.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. You got it's all you have to do is go like this and reach out and grab it, and it's yours. If you could hold it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand.
100%.
So it's common sense, bro. Common sense. It's right in front of you. But like I said, you have to have somebody.
Don't be a bitch. Be a fucking savage, baby. Be a savage, baby.
Grizzly.
That's
it. That's it. So what's next for you, bro? What's next for David? What's next for the journey?
Hopefully you see houses everywhere getting built, man. And they're all mine, and I'm selling them, and that's what's next.
Bermuda's construction.
Hey, now that you say that, I'm coming out with shout out to my new construction business is gonna be Goliath Beards Construction Services.
Woo!
So what we're gonna do pads. We're gonna clear out all kinds of properties. Anything that has to do with
land clearing, all that shit.
Yeah, everything that has to do with skid steering, with machines, anything. We have it. And
bro, I want to see mansions, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Look, I want to see mansions that when I walk in, there's like Easter eggs of the fucking Goliath Beard logo and the fucking toilet on the corner and the fucking kitchen. Bro, I just want to see it, dog. I want to see it.
You know what I want to see, bro? I want to see all the guys I grew up with, like you guys, right?
Yeah.
All the guys I grew up with, when we get together and say, hey, you know what? Let's build a shit load of condos and duplexes and all kinds of stuff, and let's just take off, bro. Because a group of people together building houses, bro, there's so much money, like. So much money. A
group of people. Between a few of us, bro, we can create a tribe, dog. We create a village.
Yeah. You don't need 100 motherfuckers, bro.
No,
you need just a couple.
A couple real ass.
Like Joey Diaz said, you just need 3 bad motherfuckers to take over the world.
So anyway, we want to give you a gift before you leave, bro.
Yep.
We had a little something made for you because you're a savage, baby. You're part of the savage family.
Okay.
We got you the shirt. We got your logo. We got your logo.
And
you got the Grizzly in the front.
The Grizzly.
We got your Goliath Beard in the back.
That's nice, bro.
And you are officially, brother, a member of the savage fucking Grizzly family, baby.
Appreciate you guys.
100%, bro. Thank you so much.
And all you guys out there, you guys definitely got to hit these guys up to get on the podcast. These guys are very interesting. And maybe when these guys talk to you, maybe it'll spark something up in your life and you'll open up your mind to something greater and something out there that you could just give to your kids.
And again, we got to say thank you 150% ET Tattoos in Sebring and Botello Films, Casa Botello. Thank you, brother. Without you, we wouldn't have done nothing, brother.
Nothing, man. Thank you.
Shout out to my boy Izzy at Custom Prints for that right there. Woo! Shout out to my boy right there.
There's so many shout outs, man.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you guys. Have a good night. Hey, and remember, don't be a bitch. Be a grizzly.